Hey everybody, how you doing? How's it going? Welcome to the show this morning. It's your buddy Uncle Bruce. Hey, I like this game. I really like this game. I want to welcome you all to Stock Markets with Bruce. They call me Uncle Bruce. And today's Tuesday, the day after President's Day. It is February the 18th, 2025. I welcome you to the program. And we seem to have an uptick in the market, pre-market today, which is what I am titling today's show. Right now, the Dow is up about 97 points, a fifth of a percentage point, almost a quarter, actually, very close to a quarter percent. S&P 500 is up 25 points, that's 0.42. And then the NASDAQ, 104-point gain so far, almost a half a percentage point gain. Oil is up 38 cents to 71.12 a barrel at the moment. Gold, they say 29.31. I don't quote gold very often. It's approaching $3,000 an ounce. Welcome all to the party. Welcome all to the show. I will say this. If you follow economic, how do I say this? If you are someone who studies or pays attention to history when it comes to inflation and depreciation and this kind of stuff, in other words, the dollar's value, the value of a dollar, the value of a British pound, the value of a euro, whatever, if you follow historically what a dollar could have bought you in 1950 or 1920 or 1900 versus 2025, then you now can relate to what gold is doing. Gold for an ounce is now almost $3,000 an ounce. And when I became aware of what gold was worth in 1968, 69, 70 as a 13-year-old, 15-year-old, I remember on the floor of my mom and dad's house in the living room, on the living room floor, it would be like after school, Thursday afternoon, and I'd have the newspaper in my hand from at that time, the Kitchener-Waterloo Herald, the Kitchener Herald, whatever it was called, and I would just, the section. You remember the 5 sections of a newspaper every day, the big one? I'd have it laid out on the floor, and I just kind of go through it. And why? I don't know why. But I would glance at the business section and see stories about corporate Canada, corporate America. And then you go through the pages, and then you have all these pages of statistics of the price of everything, all the stocks on the Toronto Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ, the American Exchange, the New York Stock Exchange, all the quotes were in the paper. And I remember seeing commodities and gold. And every once in a while, there'd be a story about gold at $22 an ounce, going for a record price at $25 an ounce. Gold has appreciated dramatically in the last number of years through my lifetime, which indicates to any of you out there who are really into history that the purchasing power of a dollar has collapsed over the last 50, 60 years. And the only defense we have against that is to get more of them, get a raise at work, have a higher pay packet, quit your job at the company you're at, get a job somewhere else for more money. Upgrade your skills. When you are working, you take those courses on the side, and then your boss gives you a 5% raise, or your company has a policy to move you up the ladder from a pay level whatever to a pay level whatever because of this certificate you've got or this training you've had. Makes sense. You're more valuable to the company. The only defense that all of us have had that are not billionaires and millionaires is to make more money. The only other defense was to spend less. And we were always, those of us who are old now, like me, we're always we had this grind from our grandparents and our parents. You spend too much money. You spend too much money. You should spend less and save more. In our 30s, we'd look at our parents and go, yeah, when you had us as children, you guys were spending more money every month. I'm a parent now. I have to spend more money every month on whatever it is I have to spend money on. Rightly or wrongly, that's the way it was. So today, gold is approaching $3,000 an ounce. If you buy an ounce of gold, you actually buy, a 10-ounce bar or whatever it is you get into, a gold coin or what have you, you better not lose it, because if you lose it, you've lost your $3,000. You're not getting interest on that money, so you got a coin. The hope is, of course, when you buy gold, that it will keep appreciating against a depreciating dollar. But the reality is that if you did buy gold at $2,500 an ounce, and now it's at $2,900 and something an ounce, the reality is some people feel, I am richer now. But in reality, you might not be at all richer. No way, shape, or form, because the new car you want, the vehicle you drive that you have to get rid of to get a new vehicle, the differential in cost, whether you're getting a brand new one or a used one or whatever, is 40, 50,000 more money. It's tens of thousands of dollars more to upgrade the vehicle you've got to what you need to get next. And that entity 2 years ago, 3 years ago, wasn't $40,000 more. It would have only been $22,000 more, but now it's $40,000 more. So whatever you made in gold has been eaten up by inflation. And you go to your grocery store and you look at the price of whatever, and you go, what? $7.99 for this? This used to be $1.99 on sale. The purchasing power of our dollar has been eviscerated and continues on. Right now, it's eggs and it's other things. We can't believe it. I'll get used to it. It's only going to accelerate, because a 10% raise on someone making $60,000 a year is a $6,000 raise. A $6,000 raise from $25,000 to $31,000 was like unimaginable growth, but from $60,000 to $66,000, or from $130,000 to $140,000 a year, is jack squat, because by the time you take the tax off the top, what's left for you? 60 cents out of the dollar is yours. A $10,000 raise gives you $6,000 a year more, $500 a month more, $120 a week more. That's all it is. $120 a week more. How many of you are spending more than $120 a week more to get by this year versus last year versus the year before? The dollar is losing purchasing power. So the only way to combat it is to make more of those dollars. And I pity the people who are stuck in jobs. I feel for them. I know what it's like when you're stuck in a position that you just get X amount from. It is a battle. It is a battle royale to keep it going. But for those of you who are self-employed, or who have a side gig called option writing, or those of you who have whatever kind of side gig that turns you on. I don't know. Are you an Amway seller? Are you a Avon seller? I don't even know if they exist anymore. Are you able to mow lawns on the side? Are you an Uber driver on the Uber Eats driver? Whatever the side gig is, at whatever age you are, well, God bless you for it. But if you're an option writer, you're now a bona fide, I am a writer of options, Uncle Bruce, and my goal is to become full-time doing this, because I want to be totally self-employed, running my own life and not having to rely on any manager or any company to pay my bills. I want to thrive on my own. I commend you. I welcome you. You're in the right channel with the right kind of guy, with the right kind of viewers with you, who do the same kind of thing and have the same kind of goals. If you're here as a newbie, I don't know how the hell you found me, but you found me. Welcome to the party. We're here to make money in the market. Sorry, but I will not sit here and give you 20 stocks that you should be buying right now to get rich on. As a matter of fact, I'm actually here to tell you to sell everything you've got. which is the George Costanza method about getting rich. The opposite. You don't want to hold anything right now. You don't want to hold IBM stock. You don't want to hold Apple stock. You don't want to hold NVIDIA. You don't want to own some of the hot flying stocks that are out there right now. You don't want to have any of them in your account. You want to liquidate them. You want to be in cash only. And you want to now pick and choose which of these stocks that you like, because you were in them, so you obviously like them for some reason. Even Sofi and GameStop and AI. You now want to be a cash secured put writer. You're an option writer. And you're going to write put options against the favorites, one of them, two of them, all of them. And you're going to sit back and say, okay, I took 100% of my account, liquidated it into cash. Then I hauled in premiums from writing cash secured puts that equal up to 35% of the value of my account. So now I have my account, this is 100% of my money, plus 35% more money up to. I now have 135% in cash. And I'm going to haul interest in on it. And or I am now going to strategically start making investments into credit spreads. I'm going to write call and put credit spreads on the very same stocks I love. Or I love NVIDIA because of its volatility. I love Apple because of its long-term viability. I love Microsoft. I want to be into AI. I want to be into GameStop. I want to be involved in these other companies, but I don't want to own them, and I don't want to write cash secured puts on those, but I'm going to do credit spreads on those because the cash I get handed to me from writing cash secured puts, some of that capital I'm going to now deploy into writing credit spreads. And that is my short-term trading strategy. That is where I'm going to be in and out of contracts every week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. That's my cash flow generator. And my cash secured put positions are my protection against a downdraft in the market where I'm willing to buy back stock at a discount from the current market because the markets are at all-time highs. I don't want to be the last guy in the party looking for a chair when the music goes off. I don't want to be that guy. Let others play that game. Guess how high the market will keep on going is what people are doing right now. I don't want to be that guy. I want to be the person that sold out, took another 35% cash in, is hauling interest on a bunch of that dough, and is also writing cash secured puts where I don't own the shares that I'm writing contracts on. And I will just take the shrinkage on premiums on all of these. And some of the premiums that are available to me are ungodly fantastic, incredible. I cannot believe how much money I can haul in from credit spread writing. And that's what I'm going to do. And I might be doing that for the next year, 2 years, 5 years. The rest of my life, I will never own a share ever again. And all I'm going to be is a cash holder writing credit spreads and cash secured puts. That's all I'm ever going to do. Never going to be a shareholder ever again. Okay, well, that should be interesting. Welcome to the party, pal. What can I tell you? The market is near and or at about record highs. But what got it here and what's going to keep it here and what could make it go higher? Inflation is a bad news thing for markets at record highs. Inflation, rising inflation, that's a killer of markets. That kills markets. It rots it from the inside and eats it alive. So that's not good. Declining earnings, that's bad news for markets. If corporate America, corporate Canada, corporate England, corporate Germany, corporate France, corporate whatever cannot establish new all-time earnings reports and their outlook is shady, not quite so exciting as it was last year, that kills stock prices for individual stocks. And that has a way of adding up to a market beginning to back off. Tariffs. Tariffs are not good for business. I don't care who you voted for, what you believe, what Kool-Aid you drink. I have no idea. Tariffs are job killers. Tariffs are economy killers. Tariffs equal inflation. Tariffs are taxes. Tariffs being implemented by a country is a tax hit on the country's citizens where the tariffs are nailed. So if America is going to institute a bunch of tariffs, Americans are going to get a tax increase, domestically self-made cuts, domestically made cuts to its own growth prospects. Millionaires don't feel it as much. Billionaires don't feel it as much. Who feels price increases, 5 to 10% price increases the most? Who's the worst? Who's the person you don't want to be? Well, the one making less than $100,000 a year. If you're making $60,000 a year and prices go up 10% a year for the next 5 years in a row, you're going to need 10% price increases at work. You're going to need a raise every year, 10%, if not 15%, because 15% gross is 10% after tax if you're lucky. That means you're a loser. If you're an income generator and stuck with a pension, Social Security, a day job, you're the loser. Unless you're making $1 million a year, you're a loser. And if you voted for somebody that is a believer in tariffs, you're going to live with that one. That's your guy. And all of his pals are pushing and pushing and pushing because they're saying, well, if we threaten with tariffs, everyone will do what we want because we are the king of the hill. And what's beginning to happen out there that you don't know? If you're an American, you're watching media in America, I don't care who you're watching. It doesn't matter who you watch. You're not getting a certain story. There's a certain story you're not getting. The story I'm talking about that you're not being made aware of is the backlash story. You're not getting the backlash story. You're not noticing that other countries' citizens, everyday people in other countries, are a little upset. They're a little PO'd. They're like going, we were with these guys in the Second World War. We were with these guys in Vietnam. We were with these guys in the Middle East. We were part of Desert Storm together. We knocked Saddam Hussein out of Kuwait. There's blood that was spilled by our citizens in some of these countries. We have graves in foreign countries where our soldiers' bodies lie. We have national cemeteries. We fought with these guys, and now these guys are going to nail us with a tariff because we are cheating or we are ripping off a country. Where does this come from? And by the way, the so-called leader of that country, did he serve a day in the military himself? No, he had bone spurs on his heels. Yeah, that's what he had. That's right, I forgot. War hero, this guy. Look, am I a fan? No. But does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. What matters is, can you make money in this market? Well, I'll tell you, if you're long stock in this market, you're the most vulnerable to a loss. Why? Because the markets are at all-time highs. Can markets always go up and never go down? No. Can markets always go down and never go up? No. Can markets fluctuate? Yeah. Can there be a bear market and a bull market? Yes, there can. Can it be more than a week? Oh, yeah, it sure as hell can. If you watched my video this weekend, you might have noticed a chart or two that I may have brought up for you to study that showed you what markets can do and how badly they can perform depending on what's going on. But if you're just drinking the Kool-Aid, you're drinking Kool-Aid and you are oblivious and you do not want to hear it. I don't want to hear anything against what I believe in, because what I don't believe in is wrong and what I believe in is right. And my belief is always right in the long run because God is on my side. Oh, are you the one we're looking for, folks? That's a market waiting for you. The market is going to eat you alive because you don't want to look at reality. And the reality is corporate America has to make 15 to 20% profits more every year to stay ahead of inflation, stay ahead of taxation, and stay ahead of competition. The thing that blows my mind, being down in the United States right now, here in Rancho Mirage, California, heaven on a stick. I love this place. This whole region that I'm in here in this little island of prosperity known as Palm Desert, Palm Springs, this whole region here. What blows my mind is most vacationers around here, almost like every single vacationer that paid their way to come down here, they got money. They have more money than they need to pay their bills at home, where they come from. They have more money than they need to be here to pay the bills to be here, on top of the bills that you have to pay while they're not at home. They are the better to do. Are they the well-to-do? Well, there are some here who are very wealthy, and there are folks here who are upper middle class, which is where I'm trying to get you guys. What blows my mind is all of the United States and all of Canada, put the two countries together, Western world, G7 countries, on a per capita basis, Canadians and Americans make money. On average, there are poor people in America, there are poor people in Canada, there are billionaires in both countries and millionaires in both countries, upper middle class in both countries, and a solid middle class in both countries. Yeah. There's differences, yes. But overall, Canadians and Americans are very similar when it comes to the standard of living that we enjoy as an overall average. And we have a currency, American and Canadian dollar, whatever that level is at, doesn't matter. We have currencies that are welcome in almost any country in the world and are certainly interchangeable into any other currency that we want to interchange into. Canadians can travel to Europe, so can Americans. We can both travel to Asia. We can travel to Australia. We can travel to South America, and we're welcome there. Our Visa cards, our debit cards, they work just fine. What blows my mind is that Canadians and Americans right now could be purchasing cars at half the price that we're purchasing cars at right now. Brand new, fully warranted for 4 years easy. And we could cut the cost of our vehicles by 50% in one fell swoop. And we won't do it. Simple reason, they're not made in America and they're not made in Canada. A car made in China is apparently bad news. And so we don't bring in Chinese electric EVs. We don't bring in Chinese cars. We don't bring in vehicles from other countries. They're verboten. They have 100% tariffs to protect way overpaid people in America and Canada that produce cars. Now, these folks will argue, I'm not overpaid. I'm a union worker here in Detroit. I deserve $38 an hour to put a bolt on a wheel lug or whatever I do. The reality, I'm sorry to say, is that the world value of that job is 1/5 of what you're getting paid. You're artificially being supported by an artificial system that protects you. Socialistic policies of Canada and the United States and socialistic policies in Germany and France to protect their auto workers keep foreign products from coming in at a much cheaper price. Those of you who are into human rights are going, oh, but Bruce, we don't want to exploit the third world people out there. We have to protect them. In the meantime, I'm wearing a sweatshirt that I love with a wonderful logo on it. I got a t-shirt under this with a logo on it. These aren't made in America. These aren't made in Canada. A lot of things that I have here, this wonderful coffee cup. I like this Game Coffee mug. This isn't made in the United States. We are so full of ourselves when it comes to righteousness and the right thing to do and the wrong thing to do. At the end of the day, in Canada and the United States, we could have a standard of living that is so much higher than what we allow ourselves to have if we removed tariffs from everything that could come in here. If we eliminated import duties and fees on all items that we cannot possibly manufacture for the price that we want to pay for it, we would have a standard of living jump up by 50%, unbelievably higher. And you want to unload and lay off people and not have as big a government in your life? Eliminate duties and tariffs on millions of products that come into our countries, and watch how many people we can lay off at the federal levels across Canada and the USA. Hundreds of thousands of people would be let go over the next 5 years because we don't need them anymore. Tax collectors, tariff collectors, the lawyers, the accountants, the lobbyists that are all out there, all of these governments that are just bloated with people in all of these areas. You want to reduce government? Why don't you allow Canadians and Americans to cross the border into Canada and America with a $5,000 limit, bring across duty-free, no tariffs, no nothing. The border guards can now just focus on one thing: security of the border, making sure nothing illegal is coming across, and making sure that only legal people can cross these borders, rather than be tax collectors, because that's what the Canadian border guards are. Canadian border guards are tax collectors. They call themselves security experts. They're tax collectors. They know it deep down inside. They're tax collectors, because the Canadian limit bringing into America is from outside Canada in is $200 up to 400 Canadian dollars. That's it. $400 Canadian. You know what that's worth in the real world? Not a hell of a lot. You could offload tens of thousands of people in the customs and duty collection business. That would lay off gazillions of people, which would bring the cost of government further down. That would be a good idea, but too many vested interests and too many parties are too interested in keeping things just the way they are. If you're an American or a Canadian car manufacturer, you're a Canadian or American manufacturer of goods, and you're being subsidized by tariffs that you don't talk about, you don't brag about this stuff, you're going to keep those in place. You're going to tell your politicians, don't let go of the chicken tax on pickup trucks. Keep that in place. We don't want Americans and Canadians to be able to bring in pickup trucks from around the world for half the price that they're paying now. We want that Ford F-150 Super Cab Lariat, what is it, the King Ranch Edition, or whatever those things are called, with all the platinum add-ons and everything. We want that to be a $120,000 pickup truck. We don't want to see no pickup coming in from somewhere else for $59,900. We don't want to see that. No. We want pickup trucks to be $120,000 to protect those Canadian and American jobs, those hardworking, loyal people of our country. Look, I haven't got a problem with auto workers. I don't have a problem with them. It's just that you're in the wrong industry and you're working for the wrong company and you're being subsidized by government tariffs and fees. The socialistic government of the United States and Canada claim to be one thing, but are actually socialist governments to protect your business. That's the reality. And at the end of the day, you're only working for one reason. That's because the government has made it impossible for someone else to come in and knock you out. And that's the only reason you're there. And the government of the day right now in Washington wants to add tariffs on everything because the rest of the world is unfair to the United States. What blows my mind about this is the American dollar is the all-powerful dollar that could haul in goods from around the world for pennies on the actual dollar. And yet the administration of the United States wants to punish its own citizens for being able to buy goods from the rest of the world for pennies on the dollar. It's just mind-blowing of mind-blowing. And the government would rather pick on importers of the U.S., in the U.S., to seriously hurt them so that they have to raise prices to their own customers rather than promote American business overseas. It just fries the brain. It's absolutely the dumbest thing I have ever witnessed in my lifetime. One of the dumbest things. And yet gullible voters just follow along because, bottom line, most of us are morons. We're stupid. We don't get it. And they don't teach you this in school. Have you ever had a child of yours or a grandchild of yours come to you and say, hey, Dad, Grandpa, Mom, Grandma, you know what I learned in school today? Oh, what did you learn in school today, Timmy or Debbie? I learned all about tariffs. I understand now how the American automobile companies don't produce passenger cars anymore. I now know why they only produce SUVs and pickup trucks. That's where they make their money. The reason I know that that's what Ford and GM and Chrysler are really all about is because they got their butts handed to them producing passenger cars. They can't compete with Volkswagen. They can't compete with Nissan. They can't compete with Kia. They can't compete with South Korean car manufacturers. They can't compete with other car companies because they get their cars made for 1/3 the price that Americans and Canadians produce cars for. That's what I learned in school today. None of your kids are telling you that. They're not telling you about the chicken tax that was implemented in 1965 by President Johnson and is still in effect today. You don't know anything about that. You didn't know about that until I told you about it. I didn't know about it until I researched it 10 years ago. It's unbelievable how ridiculous we are, how stupid we are as a people. We are so dumb and lazy and fat. Look at me. Look at me. I love Costco ice cream. I love Costco cheesecake. I have to go for walks every day to keep justifying eating this stuff. Old and fat and stupid. Welcome to my channel, everybody. We're idiots, but we are the idiots that make money. And there it is. I'm here to congratulate all of you who have got the tolerance to hang out with me every single day and allow me once in a while to give ourselves a dope slap courtesy of Will Smith. Congratulations to all of you. You're going to get rich, very rich, because the good news for all of you who are here, you've learned how to write options. You know what the good news is? For every one of you that write options, there are 99 morons who don't know how to write options. And it will stay that way. No matter how popular my channel gets, there will always be 99 idiots you can take money from for every one of you that's here. And that will never change. When I'm off the air, I'm long gone. Years down the road, there will be a handful of you left in 15 years still writing options. And you'll be going, I can't believe how easy this has been for the last 15 years when I used to see what's his name every morning on that YouTube channel. The morons out there who actually believe the only way to make money in the stock market is to buy first and sell later at a higher price. The majority of the world thinks buy first, sell later. And you guys are the casinos. And have you noticed in Vegas, there are only like a couple of hundred casinos. There aren't thousands of them. There's hundreds of them. And there are millions of tourists coming into Vegas every year. What's it? 40 million tourists come in and there's 200 casinos. I don't even know how many casinos there are, but there aren't 5,000 of them in Las Vegas. They take the bets, they take the wagers, they hand out jackpots, and they take pictures of happy winners, and they post the photos up right beside the machine that won that machine paid $1 million 15 years ago. And they keep coming, and they keep coming, and they keep coming, and the planes leave with people losing money, and the planes come in with people hoping to not lose money, and the casinos get richer. You are the casinos. You're getting richer every day, every week, every month, every year, and will for the rest of your life. There's only one thing you have to do. There's only one thing right here. Just one thing that you have to do to take money from the idiots out there, the uneducated, the undereducated, the lazy, I'm too busy to do this. It's just too complicated for me. You want to become this guy? You got to dig and dig and dig a tunnel to prosperity. That's what you got to become Andy Dufresne. And you have to just confidently say to yourself, I am this guy. And I know I'm in a prison of shit. I'm in an absolute prison of garbage all around me. And I am going to become this man here. I'm going to become liberated. I'm going to be set free. You're going to take my classes. That's it. Now, am I the only one that offers you classes? No. You can go anywhere you want to learn about options. Of course you can. You can learn everything there is to learn about options for nothing. It'll probably take you 10 times as long to do it. You'll probably have to watch 25 videos for every one of my classes. I've got 18 classes. So if you want to watch 500 different videos out there about how options work, good luck to you. You haven't got that kind of time. Remember that excuse that you run into when you say to somebody, they ask you, well, how are you doing in the market? Oh, I write options. Oh, I don't have time to learn that. You make the time to watch one of 18 or all 18 of my lessons that are 1.5 hours, 2 hours each. You can watch them as many times as you want and understand how to write stock options. And once you've done that, you're going to be this guy. This guy or the female version of this guy. It's totally up to you. You want to hang out at a place like this for your holidays? You want to be able to visit a community like this from time to time? You want to go golfing or lie by the pool or in your 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s or your 40s or your 30s? You want to come down here for more than just 4 or 5 days or a week at a time? You want to come down here for 3 months at a time or anywhere like this in the world? Does this appeal to you, say, in Mexico or in I don't know, the Bahamas, or do you want to be in Europe? Do you want where you want to be? Where you figure it out yourself. You figure out where it is you want to be. It's available for you. A couple little charts for you here. I cranked this up this morning and wanted just to show you something. This is the asset performance of the S&P, NASDAQ, the Treasury, gold, oil, showing you the last 5 days, the last month, the last year to date, or the year to date, and 1 full year, just to kind of give you an idea. Where are we at right now? The S&P 500 is hitting new all-time highs. And that means in the last month, it's gone up 1.9%. We haven't doubled in the S&P 500 here in the last month. For the year so far, 6 weeks into the year, we're up 3.9%. 1.9 in the last month. Guess who was president for the last month? You know who it is. But guess who was president for the time frame before that? That was the other guy who's no longer president. The market has moved up just as much under him as it has under the current guy, okay? For the last year, the market's up 22%. Take the 2% away that the last month has given you, and it's a 20% gain in the last year. That was under a Democratic Senate and White House. God forbid you actually could make money during a Democratic presidency. NASDAQ, here you go. 2% gain in the last month, 27% in the last year. The 10-year Treasury, look at that, 4.51% return is what you're getting right now. Gold, 29.26, there it is, 44% gain in the last year. Do you think maybe gold is topping out? Maybe even that you could cash in. Oil, 71.49 a barrel. In the last year, it's down 8.6%. Fascinating. Here's something else I love to look at from time to time. This is the top tickers. These are the most searched stock tickers or tickers according to MarketWatch as of 6 a.m. Eastern this morning. This is a couple hours ago. NVIDIA, number one ticker. Tesla. Look at the third one. GameStop. It's always in the top 5. GameStop, always in the top 5. Palantir, Supermicro, Taiwan Semiconductor, Intel, Alibaba, Apple, and NEO. These are the stock quotes. These are the symbols that are used and followed and searched for the most just as of a few hours ago. And how many of those stocks do you write options on? Some of you are into NVIDIA, some of you are into Tesla, GameStop, Palantir, Supermicro. Hello. There's a few in here that you guys follow and jump all over. I thought you should know that. By the way, you know what this is? This is a picture of the SS United States, the U.S.-built ocean liner that was launched in around 1950-51 and unfortunately stopped sailing commercially around 1960 or so. Unfortunately, today she looks like this. She doesn't look too good. That's what she looks like now. She's in Philadelphia. She won't be there much longer. She's being towed out finally after 50, 60 years of on again, off again resurrection attempts. the SS United States is going to be towed away. It's going to Mobile, Alabama. It's going to Mobile, where it will be stripped of all of its hazardous chemicals, fuel, anything else in there. This ship actually was towed. I believe it was towed to Turkey back in the 80s and was stripped of all of the asbestos that was on board this thing. This thing was just, caked in asbestos. That was all removed. I don't know how many third world workers got ill just trying to clean this thing up. They tried to find ways to save the ship and bring it back from the dead, but at the end of the day, you can't save this ship. It is impossible to save. Compared to modern-day cruise ships, this sucker is done. Anyway, in Mobile, she will be stripped of everything hazardous, and then she will be taken off the coast of Florida, and she will be submerged. In other words, she will be sunk on purpose to become an artificial reef. And I'm assuming the ship will be in a couple hundred feet of water, and divers will be able to, recreationally dive towards it over the years. I'm not sure, 100% sure. This is to the environmentalists. They have to figure that out. But this is what the ship looks like now. It's a sad sight, unfortunately. But you know what? Philadelphia's had enough of looking at this ship for 60 years just sitting there. She doesn't look like that anymore, and she'll never look like that ever again. But I just thought I'd mention that. That was on my show last night at TWB. And that's the way it is. Thank you for joining me this morning from wherever you are around the world. Look, if you're an option writer, it's so easy. You only have to be smarter. This is the amazing that blows my mind. And many of you figured this out. You only have to know more about the option market than 50% of everybody else. If you're in the top half of knowledge about options, you are going to win. Your odds just go in your favor. If you only know 1/10 of what everyone else sort of knows, you're going to lose your ass. You're going to get your butt handed to you. You start taking my classes, number 1 and number 2 and 3 and 4. You move up the chain there, and you're going to find that, I know more than 20% of the market. I know more than 40% of most people. I know more than 60%. You finish all 18 classes, you're in the top 15 percentile of knowledge. And that's saying a lot and not saying a lot. It's saying a lot because of how stupid and how unaware most people are about how options actually work. And yet these people are throwing in thousands of dollars at a time, taking long shot gambles on option trades to try to make a quick buck. The lottery ticket mentality of options is unbelievable. And Wall Street is making a fortune from this and has for decades. And they're not going to stop the momentum of this business. They are making sure the top brokerage firms of Wall Street, the big investment bankers that own these outfits, they make damn sure that the committee for the Senate and the Congress that overlooks banking committees, investment committees, all these guys, they make sure that their campaigns are well greased with money for them to be reelected if they toe the line. And don't mess with the brokerage community. Leave us the hell alone. Don't give us regulations. As a matter of fact, there are people in the SEC now that are going to take this thing completely over, who are going to make sure that the next 4 years are going to be very good for the investment business. And the investment business people who are flying around the world in private jets have really pretty girlfriends and wives and what have you, and very nice homes and very nice villas and a very nice lifestyle, and golf at the finest clubs in the world, play tennis wherever they want. These folks are going to make sure that your competitors, the people who you watching me, the people that you need to make money from, they're going to make sure that those people will be allowed in the front door of the casino without any problems whatsoever, without any requirements to show the broker that they know what they're doing. As a matter of fact, the less you know, the more welcome you are going to be. You might notice, maybe, I don't know for sure, but some of you might notice that on your own computers and iPads and your phones, you constantly get ads sent to you whenever you go anywhere, whenever you watch a YouTube video or whatever you're doing online. You're constantly being targeted by investment firms to open an account with our company. We have the best commissions, we have the best this, the best that, the best research. You're constantly being pitched by other get-rich-quick people who are trying to get you to give them your money, buy their product, what have you. You're probably noticing all of that. The folks out there who are in the brokerage business thrive off of volume. Okay? They don't make money if you make money. They make money by you turning over money. If you're an option writer, you are a coveted customer, believe it or not. You are a preferred client for the Wall Street giants because you are creating liquidity. You are offering for sale brand new options that have never been available before. Maybe it's 25 more options in this one particular option that's trading already like crazy. You're just adding more liquidity to a liquid market. You're creating liquidity in options that are not trading quite so actively. Maybe against my advice, but that's up to you. You're a preferred customer. They love you. You're a liquidity creator. And when you write contracts, what does the broker know? The broker knows that you have to buy that contract back. To close out your trade, you either have to let it expire worthless or you've got to buy it back. In other words, you create 25 credit spreads in one shot. You've just written and bought a total of 50 contracts. You have to do a 50 contract closeout trade to finish that spread. That is a 100 contract customer. In a week, in 2 weeks, in a month, in 3 days, you are a preferred client. And the fact is that you might create 50 contracts, get involved in a 50 contract transaction, 25 written, 25 purchased. The reality is, on the other side of both of those trades are gamblers who are also opening and closing trades. And there is the additional liquidity. There's the double liquidity we're talking about, or I like to talk about. So if you're doing 1,000 contracts a month, 1,000 contracts in a month, you get to that level, you're generating 1,000 contracts of additional volume for others. Keep in mind, once you're into buying and selling of contracts, you are doing rollovers and rollovers and rollovers into new positions all the time. So are the others. So is the other side. The other players there has to be a buyer and a seller on the other side of your trade every time you do a trade. And so if you go from 500 contracts to 1,000 contracts to 2,000 contracts to 5,000 contracts in a month on just regular turnover of 5 or 10 different positions at the same time, because you are now a full-time option writer, you have created unbelievable amounts of liquidity. You have to think to yourself, how many dollars am I turning over in my account every month when I buy and sell and I write and buy back and write and buy back contracts? Multiply that by 2, because there's the other side doing the opposite trade you are. That's double the amount of money that you are creating in this business, the turnover business. These brokerage firms are not going to stop this party from continuing on. And so the good news for all of you who are option writers, the saps are going to keep on coming because the brokerage firms are advertising to new potential victims to come on into the brokerage business and come on into the option market and watch fireworks go off when you make a trade and happy balloons go up in the air and congratulations on writing your contract. You are being promoted by the brokerage firms big time because you're a liquidity creator. Congratulations to being on the right side of this market. And if you're sitting on cash and you've gotten the hell out of the market itself and just sitting on cash and now writing contracts on stocks you love, you are going to be the winner. In my book, you're the winner. Absolutely. You've just eliminated the vulnerability of a bad market, a bad run in the S&P 500 or the Dow. Look, we have 106 thumbs ups. I thank you. That's lower than normal because probably I'm giving too many of you a hard time and you don't want to give me a thumbs up today. I understand. It's not personal. I'm just here to try to get you to make money. There's 290 of you here. I appreciate that. But that means 184 of you are not giving us a thumbs up today, which means I'm being harsh today. Look, we have 189 votes now on the poll question of the day, and I really appreciate you answering this for me. The question is, I am more comfortable writing stock options from a cash position versus a stock position right now. Give me your answer to that question. What are your thoughts on that? Are you a cash holder or are you a stock holder right now? 74% of you are saying, I am writing options from a cash position. Uncle Bruce, I have taken your guidance to heart. I have sold shares off and I've written cash secured puts. I'm now doing poor man covered calls. I am doing credit spreads. I am not a shareholder at this time. 74%. Only 27% are stockholders. This to me tells me that if we get even if it isn't a vicious sell-off, we just get a slow Chinese water torture kind of pullback in the market where, the market lost 0.5% today. It's down 0.1% today. It's off 0.75% today. It's up 0.25% today. It's down 0.5% today. We have this slow slide, a little bump up and a slide, and a little bump up and a slide. And over 3 months, we lose 12% of the market's value, 14% of the market's value. A whole bunch of you around here are going to say, Bruce, these call credit spreads you've taught me how to do through your classes, holy crap, I can't believe how easy this is. I can't believe it. I'm still sitting on 130% of my account. On top of that, all these gains and the interest on the money I'm hauling in. And these cash secured puts that I'm writing, I don't care if I get assigned on this stuff. I don't give a crap. They make me buy Sofi at $14 a share because I wrote $20 cash secured puts. The money is waiting, guys. Give me the stock at 14 freaking dollars. Okay, I'm just going to resell the stock and write another $20 cash secured put again, and I'll go a year out. And if that means I'm now writing June 26s instead of January 26s, I'll take $750. Thank you very much. No problem at all. I will keep going here, continue to earn interest on my cash, continue to write cash secured puts, and let the market have its hissy fit all it wants. I don't give a crap. There is the secret to success. Everyone else every relative, friend, associate, coworker, and everyone on the television that you're watching, all these pundits will eventually say, yeah, the market is in a correction mode right now. It's off 14%. ETFs have dropped in value. Mutual funds are down in value, blah, 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 blah. And you're going to be sitting there going, well, my account is actually up 12%, 14%. The differential of me being up 12% and the market being down 12%, I'm 24% richer than everyone else in the last month, 3 months, 2 weeks. Whenever the pullback comes, the pullback comes. Stocks go down faster than they go up. That's what markets do. You might go down badly in 3 months. It'll take a year to recover. A year down the road, you're up 70%. They're breaking even from a year ago. You're in a whole different world. Welcome to this party, pal. Get used to winning. Get ready for winning and continue to keep winning. That's the bottom line. Thank you again, all of you out there, for taking the time, answering the poll question. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up button. There it is. 138 have now come in. Thank you for those of you who are remembering. Oh, yeah, I got to give them a thumbs up. Appreciate it. 298 of you are here. 138 thumbs up. 160 slackers are roaming the halls, and Strickland is waiting, and he's coming out with pink slips for you. It's not my fault. I warned you. I told you to give me a thumbs up. I reminded you. Thank you, everybody. 203 people have now voted on my question of the day. I'm writing options from a cash position versus a stock position right now. 73% say cash. 27% of you say stock. I think the 73 is right. I think you're dead right on this. This market is very optimistically priced. How about that? Is it too high? Maybe. Is it optimistically too high? Maybe. That's a possibility. Thank you again for joining me. I haven't had even a moment to read commentary today. I've been too busy giving you shit and encouraging you and then slapping you and then encouraging you and slapping you and encouraging. I'm sorry if I upset you, but then being Canadian, I always say sorry. So, that's the way it is. There you go. We're going member-only commentary right now because we're about to open for the day. Thank you, everyone who's been here. Hopefully, you folks haven't upset each other and it's all okay. Thank you again for your following of this channel. Those of you who are Gold Bagel members, I cannot thank you enough. You know it. I love you. I appreciate you. And if you haven't become a Gold Bagel member, well, you're just missing out on a whole bunch of stuff you could be learning around here for nothing. Well, nothing. $25 a month. That's all you need to cough up to be a Gold Bagel member. You get your own show every morning for half an hour. And then you get another show on Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock Eastern. That's 6 shows a week when we're open 5 days a week. More, that's 24 more shows for you than anyone else on this channel. For $25, you get 24 more shows. If I can't help you make $1 a show in money, then of course you don't want to become a Gold Bagel member. Of course. But really? You think that it's not worth your while to be a Gold Bagel member? Ooh. Okay, well, you do what you think is right for you. I will assist my members as much as I can, and along with all of you, of course. But I can tell you without any question, my biggest winners of this channel are Gold Bagel members. They're the ones who make the most money. Sorry, but they do. They'll tell you themselves. You just have to ask them, or maybe you just listen to their commentary or read their commentary from time to time. They'll tell you Gold Bagel members make more money here than anybody else on average. Look at the market. Rocket Lab is up 96 cents right now. Isn't that nice? SoFi's up 43 to 1664. Make it 1670. It looks like we're going back to 17 on your SoFi. Down 13 on GameStop. Nothing much on Matterport. Where else are we at here? We've got Apple right now up 34 cents just to open the market. Tesla's up $1.30. Microsoft is up about 15 cents, I guess. Alphabet up 7. Amazon up 11. Nvidia up $4. Meta down to 50. ASTS Space Mobile is up 53 now to 32.63. AI up 17 to 31.73. Palantir up 325 to 122.41. This is what your SoFi will be doing in the next 2 years. I will keep mentioning it until I'm blue in the face. Your SoFi will do what Palantir is doing now. It's just going to happen. I'm sorry. MSTR, MicroStrategy down 56 cents. Unity up 5. Goldman up 422. Cisco up 40. Netflix down 4.25. Supermicro SMCI up 382 to 51.73 a share. Cash secured put writers are loving life here on this channel. This is a perfect day to look at roll-ups. I love this thing. Pfizer unchanged. ARC Innovations up 119 to 68.20. We're at all-time highs, or 52-week highs, I guess, for ARC Innovations. Right here, 52-week highs for Kathy Woods. Down 60 cents on IBM. $5 away from record highs. Uber up 111 at $80. 52-week high, 87. Moving up. HBQ is up 20 cents at 33.84. Home Depot 340 negative right now at 406. Avanic Semiconductors up 325. We've got Adobe at 459 up down 23 cents. And Enphase down 67 at 63.11. Quick recap of some of the faves that you guys are following here as we note SoFi at 1688 right now. ASTS up 110. Rocket Lab up 109. AI up 35. SMCI up 438. Nvidia up $4. Tesla up 280. Palantir up 430. Giddy up, everybody. Welcome to the party, pal. The Dow's down 72 points, and a lot of the favorites we have are up today. Isn't that lovely? 1691 on your SoFi. 1691 on your SoFi right now. 5.3 million traded in 4 minutes. That's active. Yes, it is. We have some activity here on SoFi. Up activity, higher activity at the moment on your Sofi. We're going for 17 again. And away we go. ASTS 33.33 up 123 now. Rocket Lab up 80 at 28.82. GameStop's just down 8 cents. AI up 30 cents. Now, there was a story, a release, something about GameStop on was it Barron's or something? Something about how the stock extends rally after plan to sell some international operations. This is written by somebody named Tommy Kilgore. Tommy, where have you been the last 6 months, man? Don't you watch my channel? If you've been here 6 months ago, a year ago, we've been talking about this. This is such old news. Who pays you to do this? I don't understand it. GameStop says it's going to pursue the sale of France and Canada operations. I've been waiting for them to dump Australia, Canada, France. They've already closed most of the European places, dumping them off. This has been going on. The saying goodbye to underperforming locations and now certain countries. It makes complete sense. Here's the an actual press release from GameStop. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm reading this. This is incredible. GameStop announces plan to pursue a sale of French and Canadian operations. They announced that part of its evaluation of its international assets, they intend to pursue sale of its operations in France and Canada. And that's it. That was the entire article right there. That's the press release from your friends at GameStop. Did you miss it? I hope you caught it all. There were a lot of syllables in that. There you go. What are they going to get for it? I don't know. I don't care. Offload the countries where you're not willing to invest money into, where you can't pull out a decent profit. Zero in only on your stores in the United States where the getting is good. If you can collect a royalty out of Canadian operators and French operators, well, knock yourself out. Take it. But eventually just sell them off and get rid of them and simply be an American-only GameStop operator. Unload a ton of staff at head office. Just get rid of lawyers, accountants, managers, importer, exporter specialists. Oh my God, the amount of people you need to handle these international operations just don't pay. It just doesn't pay. Get rid of this stuff. The illusions of grandeur that a GameStop management had 5 years ago, 10 years ago, the illusions of having international operations around the world, and they owned their own private jet. They had a Challenger business jet, and they were going to fly their top people around the world to look at how GameStop. This is over. This is so 1980s, 1990s. Forget about it. Get rid of it. Sofi is sitting on a mountain of cash. GameStop is sitting on a mountain of cash. It's up 3 cents a share, by the way, right now. GameStop is sitting on a mountain of cash. Manage the cash. Make the cash make money. You can make way more money with your money than you can with physical stores in France and Switzerland, Italy, Germany, Denmark, the Netherlands. Forget about it. Get rid of it. They're doing it. He's doing the right thing. There are two analysts that cover GameStop, so you're not going to get a lot of Wall Street talk about this, okay? Welcome to my channel. For those of you who want to know what's going on with GameStop, I'm doing the best I can with what I have. I really am. Lee Mortimer says to me, hey, Uncle Bruce, look, thanks to your video last week, I don't know which one, but I wrote 5 cash-secured puts, 40s for Jan 26 expiry, 2026 expiry on SMCI, and I brought in $5,000 when I did that. I'm looking at the pre-market. Is it time to roll into 45s? It might be time to roll into 45s. Absolutely. Stay behind the market. Go to 47s even and bring in more money. Absolutely. Spicy. I'm number 142. Tom, GameStop looking to sell Canadian French stores. Larry Titus says, hit the bells. Thanks, Larry. I'm only 8 minutes behind you here. ALA, DH, Ruda. Giddy up. Neat. Let's see. Thank you all. Everyone for being here. Doug Kubler, number 137. Always enjoyed the show. On look forward to keep earning on learning. Never done learning unless you're 6 feet under. Richard, Charlie, neat. Doug S. Sofi strong out of the gate right now. Doug's loving it. Hector's loving it. Pickcomb says, I made some money last week on puts for SoFi, $25 contracts, $30 strike. You think that's good to do again? Jan 1626. Giddy up, man. Henry Tran has joined us as a member of this channel. Henry has not just joined us, he's upgraded from regular level to gold bagel level, because for the additional $15 a month, you can be a regular member, a chillin' member for $10 a month, or you can be a gold bagel member for $15 more. Henry, I think, did the math. He figured out I get 26 more shows. Is it what he was saying? Was that what Bruce said? 24 more shows just for gold bagel members for an additional $15 a month. I think I'll upgrade to gold bagel, says Henry. Thank you, my friend. And congratulations. Welcome to the party. We'll see you Wednesday night at 7 o'clock Eastern for Primetime Live, but we'll also see you tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock Eastern. Thank you, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. Ray Sherlock is in the house, says that he made 1,000 premium last week thanks to my first cash secured puts. Any idea what I should do with this $1,000? Leave it in the account, and when you can, maybe after the market today, tonight, maybe, head over to your local Costco store or your local Best Buy and just walk around and just see what you can buy for $1,000, and just figure it out. Maybe just televisions. Don't buy one. Just look and see how big a TV can you get now for $1,000 in your town. That might shock the hell out of you. It blows me away every time. I was in Costco the other day, and I took a photo. I'll show you. I'm not kidding. I take photos of this stuff because I have no life. I have no life. I want to show you a photo I took right here. Oh, yeah, here we go. I took this photo about, January 31st, to be exact, is when I took this photo. And this is in Costco. That's a 100-inch television there. And you can see that sign there. Let me zoom it up for you. There you go. $1,749 for a 100-inch class QLED LCD television. Okay, that was January 31st. Okay. Now, I was in Costco just the other day. Here we go. And let's see if I can get this up here. There's a 100-inch television. Look at the price, $16.49. Let me show you. There it is. 100-inch QLED, $16.49 for a 100-inch television. 100-inch television. Can you guys get a 100-inch television in your front door of your apartment or condo? If you're living in a high-rise, can you actually get that thing into your high-rise? Will it fit in your elevator? The thing is huge. The box that this comes in. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. I don't know if it will fit into our elevator. We might have to rope it up on the outside. I wouldn't want to do that, but oh my Lord, I couldn't believe it. $16.49 now here in America for a 100-inch TV. When does that 100-inch television cost $9.99? How much longer will it take? A year from now? 6 months? Year and a half? It's unbelievable. Ray, thank you. Chad, Ray, with 1,000, you can write several credit spreads. You could write $200 credit spreads. You could do 5 of them at a time. That's true. John Anderson. Hello, everybody. Flint Creek. Look at QSI. NVIDIA invested a couple months ago. The future of medicine. Interesting stuff. QSI. Here's an idea. Flint Creek. Thank you, Flint Creek. I'll eventually get to it. Thank you all for joining me this morning. Welcome to the party, pals. The Dow is down 98 points. We were positive all morning. We're still up 9 on S&P. We're up 70 on NASDAQ. We're up 60 cents on oil. that's the story there. I don't know. Let's see what's going to happen here. SoFi right now, 1670, up 49 cents. The high on SoFi so far today, 1695. That was the first 5 minutes of our session, 9.4 million. So we have a nice start this SoFi. We'll see how it runs. ASTS up $1.10 right now, 33.20. We got Rocket Lab still up 83 at 28.85. GameStop down 13. Make it down 8. AI up 7. SMCI Super Micro up $6 a share to 53.91. Those of you that wrote 30, 35s, 40s, you can step it up now up to 50 on your cash secured puts. Take dollars and dollars and dollars and put them into your account right freaking now and keep writing more credit spreads. Get richer. Let's go. NVIDIA up 349, Tesla up 58 cents, Palantir up 525 to 124.41. Put credit spreads on Palantir. Follow the stock. Follow the stock. Follow the stock. You can do call credit spreads, but you got to be at 160, I think, on a Palantir at 124. Isn't that amazing? Isn't this amazing what we're talking about with Palantir? Crazy. MSTR down 5.28, Costco down 11.59, Coinbase down 2.71. We got Google up 4 cents, Apple down 99, Broadcom is off 5.30, and Microsoft up 79 cents, Intel up 188, Netflix down 5.40, Facebook down 9.17, Eli Lilly up 13.49 for Eli Lilly. Amazon down 24 cents. Uber up 137, Adobe down 450, Cisco up 83, AMD up 177, Unity up 13, Enphase down 133, Spire up 34 to 1206, back from the $9 level back to $12. Look at that. Moderna up 174, Pfizer up 14, IBM down 62. You buy IBM now at $260.66. Your yield on the dividend is 2.56%. The time has come to sell IBM and write cash secured puts on it instead. You'll do much better than 2 point whatever percent, because you can earn interest of 4 to 8% on the money that you sell IBM for. Why would you hold IBM? Write cash secured puts for the upside, earn interest on all of that cash, and get yourself richer. HPQ up 4, Home Depot down 5.20, Vanik Semiconductors up 198, Goldman up 592, Boeing is up 120, Target up 130, JP Morgan up 14 cents, Walmart down 22, Disney down 120, American Airlines up 12 cents at 16.09, DraftKings down 128, AMC is up 11.8 cents, 366 a share, Royal Caribbean down 199 at 261 at the moment. Welcome all to the show. Welcome all to the party. Thank you for joining me today from wherever you are on the planet. I'm glad and honored that you're with me today. And if you're an option writer, I think you're getting richer today. If you're option writers, I have a suspicion that you guys are getting richer. Flint Creek loves the price of that stock. Charlie, I'd rather another $17 cash secured put over a television myself, Bruce. I think I'd rather do a $17 cash secured put on SoFi. If I just made $1,000, there you go. Well, you need $1,700 for one of those, but yeah, nothing wrong with taking in premium. 1649 on SoFi, hitting a high of 1695 already today. Are we going to go through 17 into 1750 in the next day or so? Are we going to be back to 18 plus by the end of the week? Are we going to hit a new high, 1842 and beyond? We're only $1.50 away. What is $1.70 away from a new high on SoFi? This is a nothing burger. How many of you were nervous? Were any of you actually concerned when your shares were in the 14s a little over a week ago or so, a week and a bit ago? Looking here at, as a matter of fact, last Wednesday, all day pretty well. We were in the 14-something range on SoFi, and now we're in the 1680 range on SoFi. Welcome to the party, pal. We've gained $2+ in just the last 4 trading sessions. We're going higher. SoFi's going higher. Don't even think about. Don't even think that this stock's going back to $7 or $8 a share. I mean, you can forget about it. Welcome all to the program. Nice to have you here. Harry, I sold a cash secured put on Archer and SMCI on Friday, and it's looking pretty good so far. There you go. Sit on cash, baby. Cash is king. Why are you holding stock? You got to be crazy just to hold stock. You got to be crazy. But look, you got a retirement account. I've said this a million times. You got a retirement account. You can't write cash secured puts. You can't do credit spreads. You can write covered calls. Okay. It's okay. If you're sitting on Sofi and you want to write $20 covered calls, go ahead if you want to. I would be definitely ahead of that market. If you're going to be a shareholder of GameStop and you're going to write $30 calls or 32s for a couple of months out, sure. You want to go further out, maybe write 35s. AI, you're long AI, write calls on AI. Yeah, get ahead of the market, write covered calls. Whatever you own, you can write covered calls on NVIDIA, on Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon. Yeah, sure. Grab cash, baby, from the gamblers. Charge rent to your account for being the nice person that you are to hold this stuff. Do yourself a favor and add liquidity to the option market by taking money from the gamblers. Absolutely take their bets. Crazy 49er. Uncle Bruce, I have classes 1 to 17. Which one covers cash secured puts? Why don't you look at the title of the classes? It tells you. My class titles say it. Isn't it number 7 and number 11? There's a number of them, including rollover strategies and other stuff. It's in there. Absolutely. Anyway, there it is. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. Again, I don't know the name of this person, so I can't say, hey, so and so. Make continuous money with options and slowly grow a holding of stocks that I could use as collateral with a bank and get more money to use on options. I like the idea of leaving an inheritance. There you go, Harry. I think number 2 does. Number 2 does not do cash secured puts. Number 1 and 2 talk about call options, buying and selling, and writing. Call option, I believe. Again, you have to look, but you got to take all the classes as everyone knows. Crazy 49er knows. Yeah, I've watched them all. I'm going to rewatch them all. Dude, that's right. Sometimes you just got to write covered calls. Depends on the account that you have, Bruce. You can always write close to the money for more. You can write close to the money for more premium. Yes, you can always do that. Touchgrass thinks lesson number 7 would be a good one to get into. And so if you want to learn that, there are others ahead of 7 that are much more, they get more in depth. You'll all notice over time, if you've taken class 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4, and then down the road you go into 5, 6, 7, and then you get into 9, 10, 11, they get more complicated. They get more in depth. They get more advanced. Well, that's because the viewers of this channel who started with me back in 2021, many didn't know what an option was when I started my classes. Today, 4 years later, there are viewers here hauling in tens of thousands of dollars a month in premium. They don't even think about it because it's just second nature now to have learned how to write stock options. You want to get to that level? You better start at the beginning, and you can do that here. Lesson number 1. It's as simple as that. There you go. All righty. Thank you all for joining me this morning. I love the fact that you're here. I'm thinking about class number 19. I'm beginning to think about class number 19, and I'm thinking that class number 19 might be going very heavily into advanced option strategies to do with spreads. I'm thinking about calendar spreads. I'm thinking about definitely call and put spread strategies. This is an area that I think I'm really going to zero in on for you guys, because for those of you who don't own stock and are just sitting on cash, there are strategies to use your capital where you can do option writing strategies. And I'm thinking of a couple of things there. I'm going to be looking into this, but class 19 could be a March class. I'm thinking of a March date. I've got to nail one down. Jen and I have to look at the calendar. what day, what Saturday in March can we utilize for class 19? I'll keep you posted. When I know it and I'm ready to announce it and officially invite students in, I'll give you the word and we'll kind of go from there. So stand by. I'm working on a couple of things there, but I take my walks and I do my contemplating, going, okay, are they ready for another step forward? And in the meantime, if you have not watched my classes or you're behind, take the time now for the next several weeks and catch up on the lessons. Catch up to us here, all the way up to lesson number 18. Because when I announce 19, you're going to flow right into it, and we'll get you figured out there and try to make you smarter than the rest of the street. Okay? Thank you, everybody. Juan says, did he mention that the classes are in plain English? Did he mention that? Because that's a good thing. Snow Moon sold BBAI April 17 $9 put at 234. That's 163% return and not annualized. That's not bad. Well, there you go. Dude, in my retirement, I have to write level 1, so I bought a ton of cash. I brought in a ton of cash, just writing close to the money. 8 to 10% a month returns aren't bad. Oh, those are exceptional returns, or absolutely exceptional returns. There are money managers out there that would be making tens of millions of dollars in bonus money if they could do 8 to 10% a month. They're not that good. There are many managers out there who are making 3 to 4% in a month. They're getting millions of dollars of bonuses. Dude, you're going to become very wealthy at this pace. The compounding at this level just goes exponential, and it sneaks up on you, and then it really blows you away. It's wonderful. Crazy 49er, I'm glad it's in plain English, Bruce. Oh, I need all the help I can get. Keep the classes in plain English. Indeed we will. Indeed we try. 1683 now on Sofi, up 82 cents. No, 62 cents right now. It's all right. 1683. ASTS up 79. Rocket Lab up 82. These are holding very nice gains today. GameStop is only down 5 cents. AI down 1 penny. Super Microcomputer 5363. Today might be the day. I think really this is the day for a bunch of you guys to roll your SMCI cash secured puts. Today is the day. It's payday. It's a day to grab a bunch of dough that's being, I think, handed to you on a silver platter. Super Micro, 54.18 a share, up 6.27. Holy crap. Unbelievable. This is a day where you can buy back calls or puts that you wrote earlier last week, the week before, and now roll it to higher strikes. I don't know which puts you got into in a big way. I have no idea. I know that the 40s now are only bid 805, and the 45s are bid 1040. They're down dramatically. The 35s are now bid 615. The last traded at 640. They're dropping. The 30s are now 445 bid. They last traded at 465. They're falling off the page. So to look and write $50 cash secured puts, you can haul in closer to 1375 maybe. The 55s you can haul in for January expiry. I'm talking January 26th. You can haul in over $16 for 55. So if you can buy back 40s for $8 roughly and write 55s for $16, you've just added $8 in cash per contract that you can roll into your hand. I don't see a problem with this. $16 55s means you're willing to pay $39 a share to buy back SMCI. It's trading at almost $54. Are you willing to pay $39 for this stuff on an exercise? Hello. If Biff isn't knocking on your head right now, I don't know what to tell you. This is easy peasy, beautiful stuff. And I hope you're all taking advantage of this wonderful gift that SMCI has been handing you guys. It's time to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Jen is in the room. How you doing, Auntie Jen?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm hanging out with winners chicken dinners.
Winners.
I'm hanging out with option writers that are scoring every way to Sunday. There are 272 of them here, not 2,700, not 27,000, 270 of them, because these folks represent 1% of the market. So for every one of you that's here, there are 10 that should be here but aren't. They're the ones you're stealing money from. So 27,000 people should be here right now, but 26,730 of them are losing to you. And that's why you guys are getting richer, courtesy of those guys. And then there are the millions of additionals.
If there were 27,000, it would be chaos.
Oh, this is channel be chaos. I would have 15 moderators handling the show. Oh, it'd be insanity. Oh my God, I'd have handlers all over the place, producers and directors, and oh my God, I'd be flying the world in private jets.
Maybe we should get you a handler.
Handler? A handler? You're my handler. More like my beater, more than a handler. She more beats me all the time. Yeah, it's a different way of handling.
Now, I know it's not Monday.
So if I just popped, yeah. It's not Monday, yeah.
But it feels like Monday.
Oh, it feels like Monday.
So I wasn't really going to ask you. I was just going to go and make it.
Oh.
Did you have something you wanted besides a jelly bagel?
Oh, for my my bagel this morning. What should I have on my bagel this morning? Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah. Opportunity knocks.
I don't think you can hear the little birdies, but they're just going to town
Yeah,
this
we got
morning.
birds out there.
Those little birds are going
Oh
crazy.
my great out there. 1688 on your Sofi, by the way. We're coming back on again.
I like that number.
We're going for 17 today.
Yeah.
I'm thinking grape jelly today on a.
You haven't had one, you know.
Oh yeah. It's been since Friday.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. That would be terrific. Thank you so much. Richard Carlin says good morning to you. Charlie, the same thing. ALA is here.
Morning, Richie. Morning, Charlie.
Hey, 1687.88 on your Sofi now, kids. Volume on the day is now 13.3 million. 31 minutes. That's a more active opening on Sofi than normally what we've had lately. Good stuff. ASTS still up 43. Rocket Lab up 70 now. GameStop down 16. AI up a dime. SMCI up 580. Dow's down 154. It was up all morning. It was up 60, 80, 100 points. Down 150. We're down 4.8 on S&P, down 21 on NASDAQ. And like I said to you in the morning show, if you were a Gold Bagel member first thing this morning, or if you were here at the opening of this show, look, I can't tell you. No one can tell you what is going to come out of Washington every day, every minute. I have no idea what the hell's happening in Washington. I fear the worst. I don't fear good news out of Washington, great things for certain sectors of the economy. I fear something else bad coming. Just me. Because if you want to shut yourself off from the rest of the world, you're going into a full-blown recession sooner rather than later. You're killing your own golden goose. I don't know. So I'm keep begging you guys, go cash, and write cash secured puts and credit spreads, please. Avoid the craziness. Juan, looking forward to class 19 and the topic you mentioned. These are the perfect ones, Uncle Bruce. Topics for class 19, Jen. I'm thinking about advanced credit spread strategies, including calendar spreads and other ways to take advantage of a market where you're in a cash position and you're not beholden to stock positions only. So that's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about a March class. And we've got to look at our calendar to figure out.
We're going to be out of February soon.
Yeah, we're coming into March. We got to find a Saturday in March that we can work with. That will work for everyone, including ourselves and visitors or non-visitors coming here. We got to figure it out. So we'll try to get to the bottom of it. Visitors and non-visitors, invited and uninvited guests. Mandu number 5. Good morning, Auntie Jen. Morning, Mandu. Hello, everybody. The sun is up here in the desert. It's beautiful out there. It's another gorgeous day. Apparently, they're telling us that the air quality isn't all that good today. It's unhealthy. I'm looking out here going, really? It looks great out there. I don't know what the. Yeah, everything looks pretty good. I'm not sure what the hell that was this morning. 1689, 1690 on your Sofi. It looks like Sofi wants to go for another run. Is the run going to happen while I eat the bagel? Is the run to 17 and beyond going to happen when I eat this bagel? Maybe that's what the market's waiting for. I don't know. We'll see. Waiting for the bagel, baby. Henry, crazy people are operating in the White House. Oh, there's a whole gang of fun people over there. Oh, and aren't those press conferences a delight to watch? The happiness that's being spread all around to mankind from that press secretary for you know who. Oh my God. It just blows my mind. It just blows my mind. But hey, you voted them in. You Americans, you got them. You wanted them. You got them. The rest of the world's going, we can't believe it. But, you know, we don't live there, so we don't know. That's what the rest of the planet is thinking. They're just going, we're just going to take care of business here. But you know, if we get picked on, we'll defend ourselves. It's okay. Anyway. Apparently, back in Canada right now, there is a whole bunch of upset people up there. And Canadians are polite when they're upset. They're politely upset. You know, I'm sorry, I'm not buying made in America product. I'm sorry. And there are other Canadians going, I'm sorry, I'm not coming to Nashville for the whatever. I'm not coming to Memphis. I'm not coming to Orlando. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now, we're going to Europe instead. This summer, we were going to go to Disneyland in Los Angeles and hang out in San Diego. We're going to Paris this year. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. We love you, but I'm sorry. We're going somewhere else. We're going to Tokyo. We're going to London. We're going to Ireland. We're going on a cruise in Europe. We're going to fly to, you know, work our way to Rome and take a Mediterranean cruise this year. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There it is. What can I say? Hi.
Hi.
We keep talking about where we're going on our next trip, and we can't come up with a solution.
Where we're going?
Oh.
We're going crazy.
We're going crazy. That's where we're going. We're going crazy. No.
Well, I know where I'm going to be next March, around the 25th of March.
Jen knows where she's going to be on the 25th of March.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to be watching the Women's World Curling in Calgary.
Is that this year coming up?
No. This year coming up, the next Worlds is the Men's World.
Yeah.
Is coming up.
But the women's are March 26th?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, so that's...
At the Calgary facility.
Yeah, not this year, but next year, yeah.
Buy your tickets early. It will be sold out.
That's where Jen's going to be in March next year.
The men's is in Moose Jaw.
Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. What a name of a town. You got to love that. Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan.
I've been to Moose Jaw multiple times, and it's lovely.
She loves it. She loves Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. $16.95 on your Sofi. New high of the day right now. We're going for $17 on your Sofi, kids. There's a buying wave coming in on Sofi right now that has nothing to do with this market. There's something going on there. I don't know what it is, but something's going on with your Sofi. But Jen is going to be in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. Giddy up or not.
I will be watching.
Oh, she'll watch it. She'll watch the curling from Moose Jaw.
Next year.
Here you go.
I will be there in person.
Yeah. Uncle Bruce, should we focus on defensive stocks? No, you don't have to do that. No, if you're an option writer, you're looking to write contracts on stock you don't own. So you don't need to be long any defensive stocks. You want to avoid that because some of these stocks might be overpriced already. They might have.
All they have to do is lose one contract.
Well, this is the thing with gut cutbacks coming at the Pentagon. Perhaps you may not want to be in defensive stocks. I'm just saying, you got to be careful with that. The gentleman who does not want to be named. I don't know what language that is. Is that Chinese? What do those symbols mean? I have no. It looks like Chinese characters. I don't know what to make of it. Is I don't know. Do I call this person Mr. China? I don't know. I would love a name. I would really like a name in English to do this with. And anyway, I voted Kamala, but I had a lot of fun with Koreans, Taiwanese, and Japanese who were hoping for Trump because of the geopolitics. China, we had crazy in 2016, and well, we're still alive. There you go, dude. Bruce, are you going back to Canada too? Not right now. End of
next March.
Yeah, this is next year March, and when Jen wants to go. I won't be going. She'll go on her own to catch up with her sister. I will be staying here. Also, why are you picking on Nashville? Are you picking on me, says dude? No one else here lives in Nashville. Yes, dude, I'm picking on you. That's right.
I want to go to Nashville.
Jen would love to go to Nashville. She's a country fan. She loves country.
And Western.
She loves Western too, country and Western. Okay, Doug, my $35 Jan 16 cash secured puts on SMCI. I just wrote those a week ago or so. LFG, love the shrinkage today. I love this. Tom, Sofi, $17, Bruce. Oh no, 1702. Yes, 1702 on your Sofi. High of the day, 1710 already. 16.8 million traded like a hot knife through soft butter, right through $17, and off we go on your Sofi. Could call me Jackie Chan. There we go, Jackie Chan. That's what we'll call him. Wolfgang works. You can call me Wolfgang, or Jackie Chan or Wolfgang. I don't know what to say. I'm just doing the best I can with what little I. He could be Bruce Lee. Oh my.
Bruce. He could be Bruce Lee.
Oh my goodness. Welcome to the party, pals. Nice to have you with us. $32 on ASTS, down 4 cents now. It had a nice opening, and now it's negative. Rocket Lab still up 83. GameStop down 21. AI down 3. SMCI up 6. 77. 54.68. Anyone writing calls or cash secured puts on 35s, 40s. Roll up time. Let's go to 45.50. Absolutely follow this thing. Take money off the table. In some cases, you guys can haul in thousands of dollars today. This is a great day to do this. Dude, well, y'all are welcome to come on down here. There you go. Bruce Lee says, I think the cuts in defense are going to be $2,000 screwdrivers. Though the fiberglass ones for radar make sense, for 500. However, that just means they can buy more of useful defense contracts. They can do other stuff. As a child, I had kickboxing lessons from Chuck Norris. Does that count? Bruce Lee. This is Bruce Lee. There we go. Until you tell me otherwise, this is Bruce Lee. We're down 134 on the Dow. We're at 1702 on SoFi. The other markets, let's get a look at those right now. Down 1/4 point on S&P, and we're down 10 points on NASDAQ. Nothing burger there. 78-cent gain on oil, 71.52. We're not going anywhere at all. That's the story. I'm sticking to it. Welcome to the party, pal. Nice to have you here. United Healthcare and Sherwin-Williams are the shares causing the drop in the Dow. Of course, the Dow is only made up of 30 stocks. S&P has just gone green, up 1/3 point. Right there. That's 500 stocks. Okay. Cannon on the Hill is in the house. I live in Nashville. Uncle Bruce, meet and greet in Nashville. You should do a meet and greet in Nashville. Do they have any good ribs in Nashville? Is there any good barbecue in Nashville?
No, they wouldn't do that.
They wouldn't have anything good like that, would they? I got a nappy. I'm
Would
okay.
you?
Yeah. You got to have good barbecue, or I'm not coming.
Can I take the pinky away?
Oh, please, thank you. I'm done with this. Fantastic. Is there any good barbecue in Nashville? I think there is. I think there's good barbecue in Memphis and Nashville, from what I've been led to believe from time to time. Very good.
That's what I heard.
This is what I heard. The other day, Jen and I went to Costco, and the favorite Costco that we have here in Rancho Mirage, our favorite. Noticed they had a package there of pulled pork. They had this package of pulled pork, and I bought one of these. All you got to do with it is you take a knife and stick 4 holes into the plastic container. Just stab 4 holes in it. Put the thing in the container into your microwave for 7 minutes and let it stand for a couple of minutes. And that pulled pork in that plastic pouch is hot, hot, hot. Cut it open and dump it into the bowl it came in, and grab yourself some hoagie type buns or whatever kind of buns. Grab some coleslaw. I go to Walmart and buy a little tub of coleslaw, and grab a slice of provolone cheese, and grab some of that Philippe's hot mustard sauce. Oh man, now we're talking. Philippe's hot mustard sauce, provolone cheese. Put some mayo on there. Pulled pork, all on that bun, and enjoy life to the fullest. Oh my goodness, we've got days of leftovers. This package of pulled pork, Jen and I gorged ourselves on this stuff. We still have days of leftovers. Oh, this is going to be good. Later today might be a hoagie. That might be my later lunch. But right now, in the meantime, I've got a toasted sesame seed bagel with Welch's grape jelly on it right there. And this is, well, freaking delicious, let me tell you. 1702 on your Sofi.
Let's see if we can hit 18. Go crazy.
Let's go to 18. Why not? Let's go up $1.80 instead of 80 cents. Let's go. Let's go.
But no pressure.
No pressure. Let's go. Walter Young, SoFi. Yeah, baby. Here we go. Double E, Texas for the win on barbecue. Uh-huh. Doug, hey, Uncle B, do you think maybe short squeeze happening SMCI or no? With SMCI, short squeeze. It's possible. It was sure oversold when the stock came from what? The 100 something down to 17, now back to 50. Easy money here. 54.91 on SMCI, up $7. Bruce Lee, people of different cultures love things like Bruce Lee or something famous. It's like telling all women, oh, you must be 22 years old. And if they say different, say with some years experience. Bruce Lee goes on to say, oh, you mentioned the dot-com bubble in Saturday's video. Do you have any war or sea stories? History helps us with understanding our present situation. Bobby, remember that what Uncle says, Jackie, research options, fight options, options, fight options. I'm not quite understanding
Bruce
what.
Lee. Options, fight options.
Is that what Bruce Lee said? I am.
But that's his, I think that's his right.
I have no idea. If I knew, I'd say, but I don't know, so I can't say. Okay. Giddy up, kids. The dot-com bubble. Jen and I were in the Cayman Islands when the dot-com bubble began to burst.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we may have been off the island by then. If I recall, we moved to the Cayman Islands in January 1998. And we were traveling quite extensively in 99, end of 99 into 2000. Went back to the island for a little bit, and then ended up here in Palm Desert. And then I was doing business back and forth and all over the place. But in 2000, 2001 was the bubble bursting. And the NASDAQ went from 5,000 down to 1,000 in a year and a bit. Yeah, the air was being let out of a balloon nonstop.
Yeah, making that duck noise. You know, like when you hold the end of the balloon, you go.
She chortily laughs about it.
You love that noise.
We love that noise. Actually, it's a sound I love. The sound I love the most when I'm looking for an annoying sound is I look for the movie Dumb and Dumber, and Jim Carrey is in the cab of their van with that hitman between him and Jeff. What's that guy's the actor's name? Jeff, his co-star in Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, who are you talking about? Oh, no, it's not Jeff.
No, it's not Jeff.
No. I'll tell you.
Yeah, it'll come. So the two Dumb and Dumbers have the hitman between them. They don't know it's a hitman, and they're in the front of the vehicle and they're driving this their puppy mobile down the highway. And Jim Carrey's character says, "You know what the most annoying sound in the world is?" Right in the guy's ear.
Jeff Daniels.
Jeff Daniels. Oh, I love that clip. I love that clip so much. Oh my God. It's just silly and funny and funny and silly. And thank you, Jeff Daniels people, for telling me who that was. I love it. I need a button for that. The most annoying sound in the world. Mm. Mm. Thank you, everybody. Dude, best barbecue in Nashville, peg leg porker. They have no brisket, but amazing dry rub ribs.
And a great name.
Peg leg porker.
Pig that good, you don't eat all at once.
Bobby, Uncle Bruce, you'd be amazed at the amount of snow this weekend in Eastern Ontario.
Oh,
Tom, oh, Bobby, it's insane. Jeff Glass, it makes me a bit uneasy when Sofi makes big swings. I got a dozen deep and the money calls. When it goes down, I get depressed. When it jumps like today, I start wondering if I should take profit. See? Bruce Lee, yep, research. Sometimes, though, you got to play to win. It's like you missed 100% of the shots you don't take. Tom, got to try to dig out of my car. Nowhere left to put the snow. Jeff, hard to keep the arms folded, though. Bobby, my back confirms we kept up with the City Plow Sunday and Monday morning. Crazy 49er. Where were you on the run from the Mounties? Is that why you ended up in the Cayman Islands? All right. I was trying to find them. Good morning, 181. Bruce Lee, I miss snow. When I was in Japan for 22, 23 winters, I would go out and just randomly help shovel snow off sidewalks and stuff to help the disabled feel they can enjoy the outdoors too.
It's like all of the Somali immigrants that come to Canada.
Oh my.
Oh, I can hardly wait to see snow. And then right around this time of year when it's minus 30, they're wondering when it will go away. It goes away, right? Did I come on the only day without snow?
Don't you guys have summer?
We have a beautiful summer.
Bobby,
Yeah.
switch NVIDIA call spread to SMCI put spread on Friday. I'm a happier guy, Jeff. Yep, Daniel's not the dude. That's true. James of the Misty Tree, Double D, you just reminded me of one of my all-time faves. In the San Fernando Valley, north of Los Angeles, is Dr. Hogley Wogley's Tyler Texas Barbecue. I haven't been in 25 years, but it's still there. Dr. Hogley Wogley's Tyler Texas Barbecue. There you go.
That one deserves a t-shirt.
How come they're not national? James of the Misty Tree, the absolute pile of meat they bring out.
Meat coma.
Boeing Tiger W is correct regarding Texas barbecue, though. In my honest opinion, that's where you go for barbecue. There you go.
There you go.
I hear Kansas City's pretty good. They got good barbecue in Kansas City, I'm told.
I think the
Memphis.
difference is how sweet it is compared to how spicy it
Mm.
is,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
or how smoky it is. I'm not a big smoke fan.
Mm.
I don't like smoked whiskey or smoked bourbon.
See?
I
See?
like smoke.
There you go.
But there are lots of people who do.
There are lots of people who do.
I leave the whiskey for them.
Leave the whiskey for them. Oh, oh my. Hang on a second.
What's going on?
Hang on a second, folks. I got something for you.
Oh, dear.
Here we go. You ready? I love it. I love it.
All right.
Oh my goodness. Thank you for joining me today from wherever you are on this planet. Thank you, Jim Carrey, for everything crazy. Oh my God. 185 thumbs ups, kids. If you like the most annoying sound in the world, hit the thumbs up button. Okay, let me put that on mute. Oh my God.
One of the best Jim Carreys was when he was quite young still doing stand-up. And, you know, they have people, there's tables, there's people very close to the stage. So
In a comedy club.
he asked the young girl who has just received her drink, could I have a taste? And she said, oh, sure. So she hands him a glass. He puts his mouth around the edge of the glass,
Without his hands.
puts his head back so the entire drink goes in his mouth.
Down his throat.
No,
Or in his
brings it
mouth.
back out.
Then it comes back out
Into
and
the
he,
glass.
and he gives it back to her. He goes, oh, that was delicious. Oh, I love tasting that drink.
Just had a taste.
The audience went
crowd
nuts.
loses it. He's got such a big mouth. Oh.
So incredibly funny. The poll question of the day, 253 of you are answering it. I am more comfortable writing stock options from a cash position than a stock position right now. 70% saying cash, 30% saying stock out of 253 answers. Thank you all very much. Those of you hitting the thumbs up button, thank you for this. We're moving in on 200 thumbs up. So we're getting closer and closer. 186 now are in the house. Thank you for coming through for us every day. That's so much fun. Oh, man. St. Louis has the best barbecue, says Jeff Glass. Bruce Lee, I always try to get out of Phoenix and always end up back here. Clothes and heaters are awesome. Plus, I always enjoy seeing the crazy fashion that women try during winter. Frozen is my dream. Haha. Charlie Sofi just spiked up. Bobby, Uncle Bruce is 38.42 close to the fire on SMCI. It's 54.53, 38.40, not too close. No, you're fine. You know, a couple of weeks out, less than a month to go, you'd be in that neighborhood, maybe even 38 to the 42 level, somewhere in there. Laugh out loud, Sprite the SoFi price. SoFi 16.98 again, 17. We've already hit 17.10. We're trying to get back to a higher level again. Boeing Tiger received my Philippe's mustard. Best mustard ever. However, easy to overdo on this stuff. Felt like sinuses were exploding. Thank you. I needed that. Oh, yeah, this stuff is lethal. You got to use drops of this stuff. You got to be really careful with Philippe's Haas mustard. They're not kidding.
And
That's
especially
why.
people who aren't used to it, you see you pouring it on and think, oh, okay, I'll just pour it on.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. More snow. Charlie C2, more snow in the last 4 days than all year past in Ottawa.
This morning in
40.
Medicine at minus 32.
Ooh.
Then you add the wind.
Ooh. Mm.
It's no outdoor recess today, kids.
Bobby's talking about those credit spreads, put credit spreads in SMCI. He says the 34.36s I started last Friday have been crushed nicely this morning. Now you move up a little bit and do them again. Yeah, about snow, we started peaking at snow. We started looking at snowblower prices this weekend. Double D, James, I don't live far from there. Henry, I wrote covered call $18. I wish to get assigned, he said. Bruce Lee, then again, if I lived in a snowy area, I'd buy a flamethrower. There you go.
Yeah.
Those can come in handy if you've ever watched. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. You watch that movie. Flamethrowers can come in awful handy sometimes.
I know I should love that movie so much.
Jen loves that movie.
I'll just watch the last half hour.
Jen loves the ending of that movie.
I think it shows a defect in my character.
A defect in her character. Oh my God.
I enjoy it so much.
Oh boy. We're only down 80 on the Dow. It's coming back. Sofi 1702. ASDS down 47. Rocket Lab up 62. GameStop down 15. AI down 5. SMCI up 640. Giddy up, kids. Making money. I'm grabbing those sesame seeds off the board. So good. Loving it. Go SoFi, go. Let's take a run to 18 today. Why not? Why not? The stock's going to 100 anyway. Why not go to 18 today? Let's get the party started.
Take the stairs up.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We so appreciate your company. Your company on this channel is helping Jen and I survive a harsh Rancho Mirage winter. And we thank you for that. Very difficult out there. We actually had to change the thermostat in our condo the other day. We used to have it set at 71. We've now set it to 67. Because in the middle of the night, it's just getting too hot in here. It's just, gotta cool things down a little bit.
Hot stuff.
Hot stuff, yeah. But those of you with snow and everything else, you have a good time in the winter wonderland that you live in. You enjoy yourselves. So we're thinking of you.
As a kid, I loved snow.
My kids, we loved it.
We had enough snow in the winter in our backyard. We would make snow caves.
Oh, boy.
And my mother would just wait for them to collapse.
Now, how many mouths do I have to feed now? Well, how many left? Hector, Uncle Bruce, is there any point in writing covered calls on SoFi? Is there any point in it whatsoever?
Oh,
Well,
someone will buy them.
You can write covered calls. You can write 20s. Take a big fat premium all the way up to Jan 26 if you want. And if the stock backs off a buck and a half, and you can score them back for a buck less and then let the stock run up and write them again, and then it backs up. You can play that game if you want to play that game. Yeah. David Queenan, I remember Jim Cramer talking cash in 06, 08. That was the meltdown. The writing was on the wall. Things might not be as bad as 08 ever again, but with 300 time trading stocks, 300 PE multiple stocks, go heavy in cash. Yes, Kramer was desperately trying to get the market to wake up, and he was yelling at the Fed, you got to reduce interest rates. You got to drop interest rates because we're in the middle of a financial crisis, and nothing was happening for weeks as the evidence mounted that U.S. mortgages were in big trouble because the investment bankers were busy offloading their positions in their synthetic markets that they had created. If you've watched the movie The Big Short, you know what I'm talking about. Kramer was desperate, all alone. The rest of the CNBC guys, they all drank the Kool-Aid from the investment bankers. They believed that the investment bankers were acting in the best interest of Americans, not for their own best interests. And the politicians, clueless, absolutely clueless what the hell was going on. The president was practically always clueless. George Bush had no idea of the depth of the pain and the crash that was about to happen to the economy of the planet. Not just America. This wasn't only an American problem. It spilled out. But oh my gosh, did we see crazy stuff. Cash was king for years. From 06 to probably 11, you were better off with just cash. alone cash, unbelievable. Bruce Lee. Oh wow, the Helios laser weapon from LMT Lockheed Martin. I want one for melting snow on my dream porch. Vilbus, we've been light on the snow in the Twin Cities this winter, not so light on the sub-zero temperatures. Charlie sold Feb 21 $110 covered call on TEM last Friday for $1.25. I bought them back this morning for a 50% profit over the weekend. Thank you very much, says Charlie. Charlie, thanks everybody. Boeing Tiger, I think Texas stole the barbecue rib recipes from St. Louis and Kansas City. Thank you very much. Bruce Lee, I remember Jethro Barbecue when I had stopped in Des Moines, Iowa in 12 with my dad when transferring duty stations in the Navy. Tom, someone in Barrie almost burned their house down trying to melt the ice dams on their eave troughs. They were. Oh my God. Jen and I saw something interesting in Zermatt. When we first traveled to Zermatt, the very first time was in 2022, and we got there in like June, July, and we were on about the 4th or 5th floor of this hotel, which is only 7 stories tall, and we had a wonderful view of the geography of the place. But right below us, right next door to us, was a building that was only 3 stories tall. We could see the roof. It was a metal roof. It was all metal and very steep grade. And in the creases where the roof came here and came here in the trough down the middle would be wires. And I thought, well, are those like cable wires, internet wires, power cable? What is that? And the wires went all down the creases of the roofs. And then they went right into the eaves troughs, and down the eaves trough pipe all the way to the bottom of the eaves trough. It was sticking out at the bottom of the eaves trough. Now this is May, okay? It's 75, 80 degrees, gorgeous, warm, and I'm thinking, oh, this is their winter
Heat trace.
heat thing to heat up. Heat trace?
Yeah.
This is warming up the parts of the roof where the sun shines and melts the snow down, and these intersections stay liquid. The water flows into the eaves trough, all stays liquid down the eaves troughs and out down into the sewer system. Fantastic, smart as a whip. These people, engineers in Switzerland.
We do that in Calgary too.
Well, apparently we do it in Calgary, but this is the first time I really saw it in action in just residential houses.
You don't have to get to see the tops of buildings.
Well, there's that too. I don't generally walk down the street in Calgary and grab a step ladder and check the top of people's homes. They kind of look to me and go, "Aren't you the guy that talks about writing options? Why are you looking at the top of my roof?" I try to explain it, but they just don't get it. They don't want to know anything about Zermatt. They don't want to know anything about it. Bruce Lee, might be useful to try using sound base on ice. The water should heat up, whereas the structure won't be affected. Okay. Jeff, we've got snow coming down at 4 Fahrenheit in St. Louis currently. Jarrett, we need 6 more likes to hit 200 thumbs ups for Bruce. Hit the like button, please, for Bruce. Tom, you can buy those heat tracers in Rona, I believe.
Yeah.
See?
It's better than a flamethrower on your eaves.
Smarter than a flamethrower. Yeah, you don't need them in the summer, but they're there, and then you plug them in the winter. See? All kinds of ways to make this work. Sofi 1702, up 82 cents. The Dow's down 57. ASTS is only down 28, coming back. Rocket Lab up 72. GameStop plus 2. AI plus 9. SMCI up $6 to $53.92, everybody. Congratulations. Bruce Lee, but there might be spiders in the eaves. The flamethrower still sounds good to me. Well, if you can get the flame in on one side, have it shoot out the other.
A bug barbecue.
Get rid of those darn pesky little bugs,
Bug Barbie.
Oh my God. Interesting and yet disturbing. 1705 on Sofi on a volume of 22.1 million in 1 hour, 8 minutes today of trading. Very interesting performance for SoFi. The high of the day, 1710. We're now 1704 to 05. Just went through 1705 right now on your SoFi. Sure looks a lot better than 1450, 1470 from last Wednesday. Welcome back to the party, kids. Did any of you write cash secured puts last week? When SoFi was 14 something, did you write the 20s for $7 or something? I think you're doing okay. At 1710, the 20s are worth $290 book value. Shrink it out. The 17s are worthless. Anyone wrote $17 cash secured puts, they have no book value right now. Isn't that interesting? 82 cent, 83 cent gain on the session. Thank you very much. Bruce Lee, I could have a bucket and lots of snow around to put on potential fires I start, I could always, I can always survive that. I guess there is that.
No, you need a bucket to collect snow so you can make snow taffy.
Snow taffy.
Yeah, you pour the stuff in the snow and it hardens right away. It makes a snappy snow taffy.
Yeah. Have you ever melted snow in a glass and looked at the crap in there? The black soot that is in our air. It's scary.
This is when I was a child living in the country.
When I was a child, the world was pristine. All we had to deal with was the nuclear fallout from all the nuclear experiments. Everything was fine. What's with the flipper coming out of my shoulder? Cut it off. Cut it off.
Yeah.
The pristine planet in which we lived in 1955, 56, 7, 8, 60.
What to do when the bombs went off?
When Dad drove the V8 powered Impala that was getting 8 miles to the gallon, regular gas, blowing lead into the air. Kids in the back seat going, I love the smell of gasoline, Dad. I think it's great. How did we survive? I don't know how we
There were
did.
hostages in the car with our mom and dad smoking.
Oh, and Mom was wearing Chanel number 5, and they wouldn't lower the windows when it was hot out because
Her hair.
we kept the windows up to make the appearance that we had air conditioning, but we didn't have air conditioning. So we would say, why don't you lower the windows? Well, if we lower the windows, people think we're poor, that we can't afford air conditioning. We're dying in here, Mom, Dad, stop smoking and stop wearing Chanel number 5 perfume. How did we survive? I don't know how we did this. Oh my goodness. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you. Snow Moon says, yes, I did, Uncle Bruce. SoFi $17 cash secured puts. I wrote them like you said, and I'm laughing today. Jarrett, I wrote cash secured puts on SoFi at 20 for 575 a couple days ago. Giddy up. I suspect they might be falling in value today. Funny how that works. 1702-ish on SoFi. Are we going to 1750 today, or is this tomorrow? What's going to happen? Looking good, isn't it? I like it. Charlie, I love the smell of gas. Oh my gosh, how we survived, I don't know. I remember driving down the highway, the 401 highway in Toronto, 2 lanes each direction, way back when, and you'd be following behind a big old Chevy Impala or a Ford Galaxy 500, and on the back window, the dashboard area of the back window, if that's what you call it, there'd be a kid lying there sleeping. That'd be a 5-6-year-old sleeping on the back window. 2 brothers or 2 kids in the back seat, no seatbelt. Mom and Dad in the front, no seatbelt. Driving down with the steering wheel this big, with handling that was god awful. The brake system were drum brakes. The ball steering. Oh my God! 3-speed automatic. Oh, a coil spring suspension. How did we survive? I don't know. Oh my gosh. Bruce Lee, I joked to my Buddhist friends that they're acting as air purifiers when they properly do their sitting prayers. They laughed and felt it reinforced their beliefs. Jen loves this stuff. Charlie, that brought me back to being little kids. No seatbelt in the back of the station wagon, wrestling with my big brother on a blow-up mattress that fit perfectly back there. Mom and Dad were smart. They were smart. Do you remember those station wagons that had the little jump seat at the back of the station wagon that was right by the hatch? You know, They had the seat that faced backwards, no seat belts. You remember those? Oh my word. You'd be sitting in the back waving at everybody behind you. Hey.
Yeah.
You were the first to go. If you were rear-ended, you were done for. Oh
My
my.
brother fell out of the car going around the corner. Door opened, out he went.
Didn't affect him one bit.
How could you tell?
Oh, how could you tell? How would you know?
How
He was
would
an
you know?
idiot before. He was an idiot after. I don't know. Nothing happened to him.
How would you know?
I think we're about to hit new highs on your SoFi. 1711 right now. I think we got new highs right now
No, we're just
on
having
SoFi.
fun. 16, 18,
Guy has a
17.
bagel, the stock goes up. I mean, what the heck is going on here? We've had 23.3 million trade on your SoFi. 1711 is a high of the day, and that's where we are right now, up 91 cents a share or so, give or take. Giddy up, man. Bruce Lee, wow, no seatbelts. That surprised me in 2015 when I was in Okinawa and no one had their kids in child seats.
Oh,
Then again, they don't drive fast since it's a small island and there's lots of traffic. Jared, station wagons are the bee's knees, double D. It's called a package tray, Uncle Bruce. A package tray. Oh, man. Oh, yes. The days of no seatbelts. I remember my dad had a Chevy Biscayne, a 1964 Biscayne, vinyl seats,
oh yeah.
no air conditioning. He smoked in the car all the time, and he maybe cracked the little window, the little triangular one at the very front that you could
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of
that
open.
little angle guy.
That was helping us out. That was being kind to the children. That little window there that would
And he was
have all the
probably
smoke
flicking
go.
his ash out, too.
Yeah, he'd flick it out. Like we didn't smell any of his tobacco smoke. I mean, oh my God. Oh Lord. 6 on a tree. I think it was a 3-speed transmission. 3 on the tree. That's what it was. In a 6-cylinder, 282-inch 6-cylinder engine. Gutless, big boat of a god-awful car. Oh, my dad couldn't kill that thing. He could not kill it. Finally sold it for $300 many years later. Unbelievable. Anyway, those are the days. How we survived, I don't know. Unbelievable. I remember the Volkswagen came out in 74. My dad had a Super Beetle. And the Super Beetle, you could start it without putting on the seatbelt, but it would go, it wouldn't stop. It wouldn't stop.
Yeah,
Until you
had
click the seatbelt. Now, there were guys clicking the seatbelt and sitting on the seatbelt. And they wouldn't put it on. But
Yeah.
I had the shoulder harness. I put the seatbelt on all the time. I had my group of close friends. One of my friends' friends got into a car accident in his Ford Gran Torino, and he rolled it, and he lived barely, and he had a serious head injury.
Took him a
And
long time.
I saw him 2 weeks after the accident in the hospital, and I was shocked. It was the greatest thing to happen to me at that time, because I was about 17, 18 years old. Oh, probably 19 at that time. And I saw the effects of a head injury, and he had dramatically improved his condition. I can tell you that after leaving the hospital and going back to my father's Ford Econoline van, which had lap belts. I used to drive that thing without lap belts on. And the first thing I did is when I got back to the van, I found the seatbelt on the floor, which is all covered in gunk. And I found some towels that we had in the car, paper towels, and I cleaned the seatbelt off, dusted it, literally, the clicker and everything. And I wore the seatbelt from that day on. And later that day, I saw my dad in the music store, my dad's music store. And I said to him, well, I saw something interesting today that I'll never forget. And he said, well, what was that, young man? And I described to him my buddy who had been in this accident and what he looked like. And I told my dad, I said, I cleaned the seatbelt in the van, and I will now never again drive a vehicle without a seatbelt because I don't want to be ejected if at all possible. And my dad took me up on that and also always wore a seatbelt after that. And Was very proud of my dad for that, because there were many fathers who said, "Oh, we don't need a seatbelt. That's just the government telling us what to do." Thank God he was part of that equation. He did have an accident a few years later in my mother's Volkswagen, which he had totaled. He had a seatbelt on, and he was not injured, thankfully. So.
And they had those great commercials with the pumpkin
Yeah.
flying through the windshield.
Mm.
What's holding you back? See, I still remember the tagline.
I remember
What's holding you back?
in your local shopping mall, the safety council, whatever the equivalent was in Canada and the US, I don't know what they call them all, but they would come out to a shopping mall with a sled that would be on a track, maybe 15 feet long.
Oh, right.
And there would be 2 seats with a steering wheel, one without. And you would sit down in the seat, and they would put the shoulder belt on you. And they would bring the seat back 3 feet from a 15-foot track. They would bring it back 3 feet, and it would be on a little angle. And at the end of the track was the sudden stop at the end. And they said, okay, this is the equivalent of 5 miles an hour with your seatbelt on. Okay. And it would ka-chunk. It was unbelievable. People were going, oh my God, 5 miles an hour. That is sudden. And then they said, well, let's try 10 miles an hour. Then they had the young teenage boys who thought they were invincible. Oh, let's try 12 miles an hour. Let's move the track back a little bit further, and we'll have the belts on. Can't use it without the belts. It won't work without the belts on. And put the belt on. Well, let's just see what it feels like on your chest with this shoulder belt and your waist. And this will give you an idea whether or not you could withstand the impact. And here they went. And of course, you knew when the impact was coming because the end of the track was just down there. I mean, it wasn't like a surprise. And these young guys would go whack, and they would, oh my God, they couldn't believe it. And then they would explain to them that you're a 150-pound soaking wet high school student, but at this many miles an hour with a sudden stop at the end, the G-forces on your body are blah, 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 which is equal to a 700-pound person for a second or two. Think about going through the windshield at that accelerated pace with that momentum behind you. Is it any wonder people die? Very effective, but there were still doubters. There were still doubters. It's okay. It was what it was. Let me see what's going on here. Flint Creek says, I recall in 2007, the meltdown, my friend sat me down to show me how his account was down $870,000. Yes, the meltdown. He made it back, says Flint Creek. He made it back. Bruce Lee, my dad's jacket always smelled like cigarettes. As such, when I joined the Navy, I would pick up smoking since the smell was nostalgic for me. Laughing out loud. Okinawans live to 100 and both drink and smoke. There you go. Bruce Lee, El Camino is what he had in my childhood. He always wished he kept it. The Nissan 4x4 was interesting too in childhood. The El Camino. Jared, my first car was an Oldsmobile station wagon. 1980, I bought it for $300 in 1994. 14-year-old piece of crap. Oh my God. SoFi right now, $16.97 to $17. High of the day for SoFi so far today, $17.11. We've been going up sort of 2 steps, down a step, up 2 steps, down a step all morning. We've been kind of doing this pattern slowly higher. 24.7 million traded on SoFi, just around $17. The Dow's down 39 points. ASTS up 6 cents. Rocket Lab up $1.15 to $29.17, climbing again. GameStop is up 13 to $27.13. AI up 22, and SMCI up 4.98 to 52.89. Nvidia up 49 cents, having given up some gains. We're back to 139.34. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. Thank you for joining Jen and I here in Rancho Mirage, California. We will see you tomorrow, Wednesday, in the morning, and I will see you tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. If you're a Gold Bagel member, join me tomorrow night for Primetime Live with Uncle Bruce. We look forward to seeing you then. Thank you again for these thumbs ups that have come in here. We are now sitting on 198 thumbs ups. We are 2 away from 200. I know those of you who are watching the rerun will cash that in for me. Thank you very much. On the poll question, 265 people have responded today. 70% of you are saying you're more comfortable writing stock options now from a position of cash as opposed to a position of stock. And there you go. Only 30% of you are thinking stock's the way to go. Or 70% of you going, no, Bruce, it's cash. 201 thumbs ups are now in the bin, baby. We broke the 200 barrier. We always look to break that 200 barrier. Thank you for the knee emojis that are coming in. The knee emoji attack is underway right now. Thank you so much. Flint Creek, my first car was a Ford Granada. I called it the Grenade. That was supposed to be a Mercedes-Benz competitor, by the way. Can you believe that? My first car was a Pontiac Grand Prix or something, a wore seatbelt, hit a guardrail at 80 miles an hour, rolled through a forest without hitting a tree, and was covered in mud with my cigarette gone. Was racing my roommate home, and the exit was those rounding ones that were 25 mile an hour limit. Oops. Neat. Charlie, thanks, Uncle Bruce. Have a great day, everybody. Hector, Charlie, Andre De La Torre, neat. Walter Young, good morning, Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen. Waiting till now to be number 200. Here we are. B Tizzle, neat. Tom, I must go shovel now. Snow, oh no. ALA, Richard, neat. Walter Young, whoops, jumped the gun at 199. Flint Creek, 1. Jeff Glass, neat. Flint Creek, I am excited for temps above 9. Oh, this is so good. 9 Fahrenheit. Oh, my God. Oh, Lord. Unbelievable, kids. Thank you for joining us today. Have a wonderful session. Just get richer, okay? Walter, Corinne, neat. Don't forget the knee emojis. Thank you, guys. We'll see you here tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning, and we'll keep an eye on the markets in the meantime. Keep getting richer. Thanks again for your support. We'll talk to you later. Nico, thank you. Neat. Are you ready, Jen? 3, 2, 1.
Bye.
Bye.